Welcome to all to the e-learning class of Chanakya College of Education. Myself, Dr. R.N. Lenka, dealing with the paper C9, that is Assessment for Learning, and this is for B.Ed second year trainees. Today's topic is Bloom's taxonomy of learning domains or Bloom's taxonomy of learning objectives, particularly the psychomotor domain. In our earlier classes, we have already discussed about taxonomy of learning domains. As we all know that learning is a continuous process. Learning is a comprehensive process. Learning is a psychological process. And learning is a multi-dimensional process. The process of learning depends on the level of mind. According to Bloom and the team, there are three levels of mind. And the three levels of mind is applicable to three types of learning: the knowledge level, the understanding or comprehension level, and the reflective level. We know that learning is everywhere, and learning needs mental and psychological skills. Learning is based on attitudes, behavior, emotion, and physical as well as intellectual skills. According to Benjamin S. Bloom and the team, there are three major domains of learning, such as cognitive domain or the knowledge domain, affective domain or the attitude or the feeling domain, psychomotor domain, that is the skill domain. And this categorization of learning domains or taxonomy of learning domains was formulated in the year 1956 by Benjamin S. Bloom and his team. Three domains of learning are related to the educational activities as well as learning objectives. The cognitive domain or the knowledge domain or Gyanatmak, knowledge means Gyanatmak, affective, Bhavatmak, psychomotor, Kriyatmak. The affective domain is the feeling domain, the emotional area or attitude related area. Psychomotor is the manual or physical skills, motor skills. This compilation, division of domains into subdivisions or subdomains is arranged from simplest behavior to the most complex behavior. And today we will discuss in detail the psychomotor domain of learning. The psychomotor domain categorization was predominantly by Simpson 1972. That includes physical movement, coordination, and use of motor skill areas. Development of all these skills require practice and measured terms of speed, precision, distance, procedures, or techniques in execution. Thus, the psychomotor domain is comprised of utilizing motor skills and coordination of those skills. The major categories of psychomotor domain are perception, anubhuti. Psychomotor domain requires perception. Learning is possible through perception. Perception is the ability to use sensory cues to guide motor activity. This ranges from sensory stimulation through cue selection or to translation. There are some examples of perception: detecting non-verbal communication cues, adjusting heat of stove to correct temperature by smell and taste of food, adjust the height of the fork on a forklift by comparing where the forks are in relation to the palate. While writing the objectives in terms of perception as a subdomain of psychomotor skill, the key words or the action verbs commonly used are choose, describe, detect, differentiate, distinguish, identify, isolate, relate, select, etc. Next is the set or tatparata, mental set, mental, physical and emotional set. It is the principle of readiness. If you are physically and mentally set for learning, then you can go for learning. These are the sets or dispositions that determine the person's response to different situations. Examples of set: the person knows or acts upon a sequence of steps, shows the desire to learn a new process or motivation. Especially this subdivision of psychomotor is closely related with the responding to a phenomena, especially with reference to the affective domain. The keywords or verbs used for stating objectives under set as a part of psychomotor domain are begin, display, explain, move, proceed, react, show, state, volunteer, etc. Next is the guided response, nirdeshit pratikriya. Guided response, generally we know that in early stage learning is a complex skill of trial and error. Adequacy of performance is achieved through practice and exercise. Hence it requires a guided response. Performing a mathematical equation, following instructions to build a model, responding hand signals of instructor while learning to operate a forklift. Keywords used under this guided response are copies, traces, follows, react, produce, respond, etc. Mechanism or tantra. This is the intermediate stage in learning a complex skill. Examples of mechanism are use a personal computer, repair a leaking tire, driving a car. The keywords used under mechanism are assemble, calibrate, construct, display, fasten, fix, grind, heat, manipulate, measure, organize, sketch, etc. Next is the complex overt response, jatil, overt or vahya pratikriya. The skillful performance of motor act involves complex movement patterns. Proficiency in a quick, accurate and highly coordinated performance. Generally, it is same as mechanism, but will have adverbs or adjectives that indicate that the performance is quicker, better and more accurate in comparison to mechanism. Examples of a complex overt response are moreover a car or maneuver a car into a tight parallel parking spot, operating a computer quickly, displaying competence while playing the piano, etc. And the keywords used under this category are assemble, build, calibrate, construct, dismantle, display, fasten, measure, mend, mix, organize, etc. Adaptation or anukulan. Learning through adaptation. Skills are well developed and an individual can modify the movement patterns by using the skills. Examples of adaptation are responding effectively to unexpected experiences, modifying the instruction to meet the needs of the learners, performing a task, or mending a machine. Keywords are adapt, alter, change, arrange, reorganize, revise, etc. Next, origination, उत्पन्न करना, originate, ability to originate, creating new movement patterns to fit a particular situation. Here is the emphasis on creativity based on developed skills, construction of a new theory, development of a new and comprehensive training package or program, creating a new gymnastic routine. These are the examples of origination. The keywords used for this purpose are arrange, build, combine, compose, initiate, make, originate, etc. Again, we can also highlight the subdomains of psychomotor domain as highlighted by Dave in 1975. The subdomains are imitation or knuckle, manipulation जोड़ दो, precision यथार्थता, articulation जोड़बंदी, naturalization प्राकृतिक होना, and all these are the part and parcel of the process of learning, particularly under the psychomotor domain. Next, Harrow. According to Harrow, the psychomotor domains include reflex movements or reactions, reflective reactions, fundamental movements or basic movements like walking, grasping, etc. Perception, response to a stimulus or discrimination, physical abilities, skill movements, advanced skill movements of the learner, and even no discursive communication. These are also some of the characteristics of psychomotor domain according to Harrow. Let's summarize the psychomotor domain. 3 important psychologists highlighted the subdomains of psychomotor domain, and they are Simpson, Harrow, and Dave. According to Simpson, the subdomains of psychomotor domain are perception, set, guided response, mechanism, complex overt response, adaptation, and origination. These are the subdomains of psychomotor domain. According to Harrow, reflex movements, fundamental movements, perception, physical abilities, skill movements, no discursive communication. These are the parts or subdomains of psychomotor domain. According to Dave, 1975, imitation, manipulation, precision, articulation, and naturalization. These are related to perceptive psychomotor activities of the learners by which he or she tries the best to make learning meaningful or to learn many things by means of using all these aspects of learning or aspects of learning domains. Hence, to conclude, it is better to say that learning is possible through cognitive domain, affective domain, as well as psychomotor domain, and the most simplest form of learning is the knowledge or the cognitive domain, which is predominated by recall and recognition. And next to the cognitive domain, it is the affective domain, and affective domain deals with emotion and attitude, the feeling aspect related to heart, emotional aspect of learning, and the higher domain is the skill, because the acquired knowledge must be applied, and this applied aspect is the skill aspect, developing the skill, utilizing the skills, and all these utilization will ensure meaningful learning or give the best learning outcomes. Thanks.